How's it going, everyone? It's Abdallah here, bringing you guys a discussion video for the newly announced Yokai Watch 4 on Nintendo Switch. It's big news for all of us Yokai Watch fans out there, and of course, for all of you guys who have a Nintendo Switch and want to get into the brand new series. So, what we're going to be doing today is talking about everything that we know about it so far. We'll be talking about what this means for Level 5 and Yokai Watch brand in their future, and of course, we're going to be speculating all sorts of different things. So, definitely welcome to our discussion video. So, as you guys can see on screen right over here, this is the Japanese trailer to the fourth Yokai Watch movie entitled Yokai Watch Shadowside. And this movie takes place 30 years from the anime that we've grew up with. You know what I mean? When it first came out, Nate, Katie, Bear, Eddie, all those people have grown up. Nate even has a daughter, and she is one of the main characters in this movie. So you can see over here that there's a mysterious comet that's heading towards Earth. No one knows anything about it. So it's up to Nate's daughter, and of course her friends, to figure out what exactly is going on. And they must find the help of the yokai in order to do so. So I like the art style. I like the direction that Level 5 is taking the franchise. Heck, I mean, their main character isn't a 10-year-old kid through a span of 20 different years, you know what I mean? So I'm super excited for that. It's just going a different direction. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. And of course, if you guys want to watch the trailer, of course, with volume on it, you guys can feel free. Links are in the description below for all of that. But this movie released last year in December, so people have seen it. It's been pretty cool. I personally haven't seen it yet, but maybe sometime soon. So let's take a look. There are many different articles floating on the internet right now that's pretty much saying, hey, heads up, Level 5 has announced that Yokai Watch 4 is going to be on Nintendo Switch. Yes, that's awesome. Cool. Thank you. I'm ready for it. I hope you guys are too. So take a look over here. This is from Silicon Era. This is going to be linked in the description below, so definitely take a look at that. Nintendo Switch is going to have Yokai Watch 4 in 2018. That's this year. We're already 4 months into the year, so we got some time. And hopefully this becomes the holiday launch for Level 5. I'm really hoping that it does. So let's take a look. It says right over here, they announced the latest entry of Yokai Watch in this week's issue of Famitsu magazine. So that's great. Of course, while information remains light, it's been confirmed for 2018. Of course, characters from the anime, which are all those main characters that we've talked about before. Level 5 CEO says that there's also, its content is getting a super high-grade power-up, including some things that will surprise everyone. So what does that mean? Super high-grade power-up, could that possibly mean that they've partnered up with Nintendo to release an amiibo? Or maybe an amiibo series? That would be awesome. Because imagine if you had that Shadowside version Jibanyan amiibo. That would be so good. And if you guys have ever played any of the Level 5 Yokai Watch games, you guys know that Level 5 themselves as a development team, they have embraced the actual technology of the Nintendo 3DS. They've used the camera function to scan QR codes off the back of their merchandise, their yokai medals. No one's done that at the time that they did that. It's so good. And of course, more recently, with the announcement of Yokai Watch 3 and all those games that came out, they had pretty much amiibo capability with their Yokai Watch Dream Medals. So good. NFC Reader Writer, you slap the Dream Medal on there, and then you get improved chances on the in-game gacha mechanics. So that was really cool, way above its time. But now that we're looking at this, I'm pretty excited to see what they have in store. I would totally buy a line of Shadowside amiibo. Heck, the Snack World has a line of amiibo. Well, they're not technically amiibo. They don't have the amiibo logo, but they have NFC capability. We'll get into Snack World a little bit later. So this is a pretty interesting article. Shout outs to Silicon Era for writing that one. We're going to go over here to Gamatsu, and they have a little bit more in-depth article, and we're going to highlight everything that we need over here. So Akihiro Hino-san goes through and talks to Nikkei Trendy about this. This is written by Sal Romano over here on Gamatsu. I'm going to be linking that in the description as well. So there is a pretty lengthy interview between the Level 5 president and CEO, Hino-san, which discusses the company's plans. So this is great because Hino-san says, basically, in the future of our main titles will all be released on Nintendo Switch. The idea is what we have created for 3DS will move over to Switch. Now, this is really good information. Why is this good information? Because we don't have Yokai Watch 3 outside of Japan. The game's been out for a while, over a year, and we still don't have it. So does that mean that even though the game is done, Yokai Watch 3, the framework is done, all they really have to do is find out the different regions, do the different localization, the different translations, and then release it. That's it. The game's done. So copy pasting that, changing a few of the words would be pretty easy to do. That's pressing the easy button. But of course, now with that statement, that says all of our main titles, and of course that's not including spin-offs, will be released on Nintendo Switch. So will we see Yokai Watch 3 on Nintendo Switch? I don't know. I don't know, but it could be. Also, that kind of says, hey, you know, Abdallah, what's going on with the other Yokai Watch titles that are unreleased, such as Yokai Watch Busters, such as Yokai Watch Sengokushi? I don't know what's going to happen with those, to be honest. Take a look at it. There's spin-offs. Yokai Watch Busters is a really popular game. When they took that concept of a top-down, you control a yokai and you go through battles and it's online multiplayer, it was an amazing recipe, and it was very successful in Japan when that came out. I did a full Let's Play on Busters, and of course Busters 2. Great games. So we've already got localization hints for that exact game, such as tweets from different people that are on board with the anime. And I won't go too much into that, but we've pretty much gotten a lot of solid proof that it is going to be localized, and it's just a matter of time when it's going to be coming out. Nothing on a recent Nintendo Direct about it, but of course, here's hoping for a summer and or fall release for Yokai Watch Blasters, which, yeah, Busters is going to be a little bit different as far as the name and legal and everything like that, i.e. Ghostbusters. Sure. Sengokushi, that game is co-owned by Koei Tecmo, so I don't know if that game is going to get a release. There's a lot of legal and licensing that Level 5 has to do in order to get it out. And of course, you know, it really depends. Is it worth all that time and effort and money and resources to get that localized if it wasn't the best seller? You know what I mean? So, yeah, we've done a Let's Play on Sengokushi. That was really cool. But Yokai Watch 3, that's really where it's at, and I can't wait for it. All right, so other than that, I kind of mentioned the Snack World, Treasurer's Gold. So this is really great because the Snack World, and this kind of opens up the Pandora's box right here. The Snack World has been released last year, or sometime in the past, and it's a Nintendo 3DS game, which is actually really fun. It's an adventure game. You go over there. It's very much like Busters 2 if you watch my Let's Play on it. I played the first couple chapters of it, but it's a full-length Nintendo 3DS game. They released a whole toy line around it. They had an animated series around it that did semi-well. And of course, the game's done. It had a whole bunch of DLC, but what's happening now is they're taking that full, already made 3DS game, and they're porting that to Nintendo Switch. I don't believe that's been done before. Taking a full-length 3DS game and putting it on Nintendo Switch is going to be so cool. So they're going to be naming it Treasurer's Gold. So it's going to have all of the DLC on board with that. You guys can look forward to me playing this game at the time of recording a little bit later on this week. As you guys can see over here, it releases on April 12th, so I'm excited for it. It's a wonderful game. If you guys like Busters 2, you're going to like this one, because Busters 2 takes a lot of influence from the Snack World. So, of course, this little paragraph says that the Snack World, I guess the release wasn't so great, but here's to the Switch version helping out with sales on that. So, if you guys are curious about that, definitely check it out. And the beauty about that is that you don't necessarily need a Japanese region-locked 3DS in order to enjoy the Snack World now, because the Nintendo Switch is region-free, meaning that you can jump on board, make yourself a Japanese eShop account, and then have access to all of the Japanese titles. So you guys can indeed get the Snack World for what, 50, 60 bucks, however much it's going to be, rather than spending what, like 200 bucks on a Japanese 3DS, another 50 bucks on the actual game. So that's going to be a little bit more accessible. So here's to that concept helping out the sales and of course the future of Level 5. You guys know me, I'm going to be playing it day one, so I want you to stay tuned for that. Other than that, Hino in the interview also states that there is going to be a new title for the anniversary. I don't know what it's going to be. Is it going to be anything regarding their other franchises? Dark Cloud? Megaton Musashi? Is there going to be another Phoenix Wright? No, not Phoenix Wright. I'm sorry. Professor Layton game coming out? I don't know. What about Inazuma 11? Is there going to be something like that? I don't know. Is this going to be this 20th anniversary title? Is it going to be something Yokai Watch related? I don't know. I don't know. So that's going to be speculation. Who knows? So other than that, let's see. Previously teased that the Level 5's 20th anniversary title would be an MMORPG scale game set in modern day. Dude, can you imagine that? MMORPG with Yokai Watch. Dude, that would be so cool. All right, so other than that, he says he wants to thank everyone for helping and working with them. Of course, they got big plans for the rest of the year, so that's really good. So what does this mean, right? Shadowside, how does this take place? When are we going to get Shadowside in the States? So if you take a look, this is the Yokai Watch wiki over here, community inputs. But you can see over here that we've only had one Yokai Watch movie in the States, and that was the previous one with Hovernyan and Nate's, what is that, like Nate's grandpa or whatever, Nathaniel Adams. So that was pretty cool. We had the first movie. So will we get the next movies? I don't know. I really hope so. So here's this next one. This one's based off of Lord Enma and the Five Tales. I've actually seen this movie. It was amazing. There's a lot of different like stories within there and a lot of Enma. So Enma's just really cool in that one. Then of course the third movie was all about the Great Adventure of the Flying Whale and the Double World Nyan. And this was where they took Yokai Watch and incorporated it into real life with real life actors. So that looked really cool. And then of course what we have over here is Shadowside, which is the fourth movie that released on December 16th. So, dude, there's a lot happening with Yokai Watch, and now's a great time to pretty much be a fan of the franchise. If you guys haven't seen any of my Yokai Watch content, go check it out. It's really worth it, especially if you're a fan of other monster hunting, collecting, battling genres that are out there. You'll feel right at home with this one. So, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. What does it mean? Right? What's the game going to be about? We talked about that. What does it mean for the rest of the future of Level 5? We talked about that a little bit. How will we have access to it? We talked about that via the eShop. And of course, I'm looking forward to all of your comments and all your thoughts about Yokai Watch 4. Let me know in the comments about what you think. Do you think that it's going to be awesome? Do you think they're going to release a line of official amiibo for it? I don't know. I truly don't know, but I'm looking forward to hearing about that. So if you guys come across any other Famitsu scans, Korokoro scans, feel free to tweet them at me. We'll do another news discussion video at whatever kind of information we come out to. So I honestly don't mind jumping onto a video and just talking about it because it's great. It comes to a wider audience and you may have missed that stuff. So feel free to hit me up. That's going to be it for this video. Looking forward to reading all your comments and stay tuned for even more Yokai Watch content and of course all of the Yokai Watch news that is going to be releasing up to the Japanese release of Yokai Watch 4 and Nintendo Switch. I'm looking forward to it. We'll talk to you on the next one. Thanks so much for watching.